Thinking about moving to New York City? You might want to know what it actually costs to live here. My husband and I have been living in Brooklyn for a little over 3 years now, and last year we decided to track our spending from month to month. Today I'm breaking down where that money went and what it actually costs for us to live here. By the end of this video, I'll show you our total monthly spending living in New York City. Let's run the numbers. Starting with housing, it's really good to know there's a little bit of range. The closer you go to Manhattan, the more expensive and the less space. And then the further out you go, it's a little bit less expensive and you can get a little bit more space. We live over in Brooklyn. For our apartment, we pay about $4,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and that's pretty good for this area. Utilities, of course, add on top of that. Last year, electricity averaged around $250 per month, internet $120, renters insurance $20. So altogether, our housing costs came out to around $4,400 per month. So if we were to split that evenly between us, it'd be like $2,200 per person. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some average apartment prices on the screen. I don't know off the top of my head, but it'll give you a good idea of like what the different neighborhoods cost. Looking at transportation, last year our costs were pretty low. We both work from home most of the time, and whenever I commute for work, my business pays for it. So together we average about $150 per month. For some context, the subway and buses cost $3 per ride. And if we take an Uber or a Lyft, usually if it's like a short ride to a nearby neighborhood, it costs around $20. And say we go into the city or to the airport, it's usually $50 to $100. And that definitely depends on what time you're going in traffic. Last year, our average grocery spend was about $550 per month. And that also includes household items like toilet paper, detergents, or like anything you find at the grocery store. We mostly shop at Whole Foods and Costco just because that's what's nearby and easiest for us. But we'll also grab some things at like the local butchers and the bakery and the farmer's market, whatever's nearby. But if you're really trying to save money on groceries, I'd try to find Trader Joe's, an Aldi, or a Lidl. Another category that I'm grouping all together, and I'm just calling it our other needs. This includes things like phone bills, medical bills, any debts. And last year we averaged around $500 per month, and that's mostly from a surgery that I had that wasn't covered from insurance. So if we stop here and total everything up for housing, transportation, groceries, and other essentials, my husband and I both spent $5,600 per month on basic living costs. These are the things you need just to live comfortably here. But of course, we didn't move here just to survive. The city has so much more to offer, so there's a little bit more we have to talk about in the fun category. This is where we found it becomes really easy to blow your budget. Even though we cook most of our meals at home, we still enjoy date nights, grabbing coffees, and going out with friends. Last year, we spent about $750 per month on restaurants, bars, and coffee shops. Eating out in New York quickly adds up. For instance, here's where I broke it down. Dinner for two can easily reach $100 or more. Cocktails are often $20 each, and even a latte can be around $7 to $10. So imagine a simple day where you go for breakfast. Maybe it's $40 for food, plus $20 for 2 coffees. Then you decide to make a lunch at home. And then later you go out for dinner. $100 for the meal, and then $40 for 2 drinks. And just one day, you've already spent $200 eating out. Do that once a week and you easily reach $800 a month without even realizing it. Next, we have gym memberships. There's a really wide range here, because I've seen Planet Fitness go from $15 a month, and then Equinox starting at like $200 or $300 or more. We landed somewhere in the middle with our gym costing $70 per person per month, so $150 total. Another category we tracked is beauty. It includes things like haircuts, manicures, and the occasional Sephora run. Majority of this category is my husband's haircuts because he goes around every 3 weeks and they cost anywhere from like $60 to $80 depending on what he's getting done. And then for women's haircuts, I usually find $120 to be pretty typical in the city, but I only go every few months or so. And then we have manicures, which usually start around $20, though I definitely went a little bit more regularly last year when it wasn't freezing outside. So we'll just not look at those. And then all together in this category for beauty, we spent $250 a month. Lastly, I went ahead and grouped the rest of our spending together. And that includes things like gifts, clothing, household items, travel, events, theater, subscriptions, and anything else doesn't fall into the other categories. Together, this was a big one. This came out to $1,500 per month. But that includes things like a trip to Cancun, a road trip upstate, visits to see family, some furniture, and a few experiences around the city. So when we add everything together, our needs come out to about $5,600 a month. Our fund spending averaged around $2,650 per month, which brings our total monthly spending in New York City to about $8,250 or $4,125 per person. And that number doesn't even include savings, investments, or any of my business expenses. This is just our personal spending. And honestly, whenever I added everything up, I was a little shocked by the final number. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what it costs to live in New York City. I really wish I would have watched more videos like this before moving here, just to kind of manage expectations and just be a little bit more prepared, maybe have a little bit more buffer. But I think it's doable. Like I said, there's ranges. You can make it whatever you want. If this is all helpful, give me a thumbs up. If there's another topic you want me to cover or dig deeper into, I'm more than happy to. And until then, I'll see you in the next video.